3 months of expenses saved in a high-yield savings account. Sounds responsible, right? For a single engineer with no dependents, great health, and a spouse's income as a backstop, that might actually be too much cash sitting idle. For a self-employed contractor with 2 kids, a $4,000 insurance deductible, and no backup income, 3 months is a slow-motion disaster waiting to happen. So what's the right number? It's not a slogan, it's the output of a system. Call it the 5-risk stack. Start with your essential monthly burn, not your lifestyle spend. Essential means rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, minimum debt payments, insurance premiums, and transportation costs that get you to work. Leave out subscriptions, dining, travel, and anything you could cut within 48 hours of a crisis. For a lot of salaried households in mid-cost US cities, this lands somewhere between $2,800 and $4,500. Let's use $3,200 as an example for the rest of this video. That's the base unit. Everything else is a multiplier. Now run the 5-risk stack. First, job stability. Is your role easily replaceable? Is your industry contracting? Or are you on a fixed-term contract? High volatility adds time. Second, dependence. A child or an aging parent in your care means a job loss has a longer blast radius. It affects them too. Third, insurance deductibles. If your health or home insurance carries a $3,500 deductible, that's not a theoretical number. It's a guaranteed payment the moment something serious happens. It belongs in your fund. Fourth, health risk. A chronic condition, a high-risk pregnancy, or a physically demanding job raises the probability of an unplanned medical interruption to your income. Fifth, access to backup income. A working partner, a rentable asset, or a marketable freelance skill genuinely reduces your exposure. That's not wishful thinking, that's a real buffer. Score each factor. Low risk across all 5, you're a 3-month household. Your target on our $3,200 base is $9,600, 1 or 2 elevated factors, particularly dependence, or a high deductible, 6 months, $19,200, 3 or more elevated factors, especially unstable employment combined with no backup income, 9 months, $28,800. Add your deductible on top if it isn't already covered inside those months. That's the number. Where does it live? A high-yield savings account at a separate institution from your checking. The friction of a transfer taking 1 business day is a feature, not a bug. You want the money accessible, but not impulsive purchase accessible. Don't put it in the market. An emergency fund that drops 30% the same week you lose your job isn't an emergency fund. It's a coincidence. Here's the stopping rule. And this is where most people leak value. Once you've hit your tier target, stop adding to it. Resume your investment contributions. The emergency fund is a buffer, not a savings goal. It doesn't grow your wealth. It protects the conditions under which your wealth can grow. Treating it like a number to keep inflating is quietly expensive. That extra $500 a month sitting at 4.5% instead of compounding in an investment account is a real cost, even if it feels safe. The framework is called the 5-risk stack. The action is this. On your next payday, open a spreadsheet or even a notes app. List your essential monthly expenses only. Get to your base number, then score your 5 risks honestly. You will know your tier within 20 minutes. That's the difference between a motivational rule of thumb and an actual plan built for your actual life. If this kind of straightforward financial thinking is useful to you, subscribe.